Hi, and welcome to another episode of Canary Knits. I'm your host, Antoinette. This week we'll be talking works in progress. I'm existing in the space between Christmas and the New Year, and I have a lot of goals for the New Year. So I'm going to show you what I've been working on, show you what I've finished, show you some of my planners. I'm in my 6th year of using passion planners to help keep my life organized, and I absolutely love them. So I'm going to show you my planners. I'm also going to organize my art bin. And I think we have 6 or 7 works in progress. So we have a lot to talk about this week. Grab your coffee, grab your knitting, grab your gardening, whatever, and come chill with me. Hey, I'm Antoinette. Okay, so hello, happy holidays. I'm Antoinette. Today is the 30th of December. We're just about to the new year in 2025. And I am wearing a dress that I crocheted. Yes, I crocheted this. I am wearing the Grannies on Fire dress by Nautical Nadia. I've talked about this dress in the past. I'm a really big fan of this pattern. I already want to make 2 or 3 more. I just haven't really gotten the time. The construction of this dress is really genius, and you could kind of customize it. Like you can make the different kind of halter top or different kind of bottom depending on what you want. So it's just super cute. It's a really good pattern. I highly recommend it if you're shopping for patterns for the new year. It is also a size inclusive pattern. I'm wearing a size like 18-20, so 2X, but I could probably size down. I think I'm going to make a size smaller because I like kind of tight fitting clothes, so maybe I make a 1X. But this week, yeah, I am late always with my Christmas presents. I hand make everything and I start in like July every year, but I'm late every year. So I still have Christmas presents to mail, but that means that I have Christmas presents to show you, and show you I shall. So the first gift is a present for my friend Ben, and I've kind of already spoiled the surprise, so I don't think he watches this, but I've kind of spoiled the surprise so he knows what it looks like. Let's see if I can dig it out of this pile here. So this is just my Luxe beanie. With my tag on it, made with love by Canary Knits. Yay! And the cool thing about this hat is the accidental yarn pulling that occurred. I am not a yarn pulling girly. I am not that organized. Like, I have tried it in the past and like it's just not for me. So this is all of this coloring that you see is all accidental yarn pulling. And the yarn that I used is Lion Brand Basic Stitch in the color Buffalo. Now I am calling this Buffalo Cinema. Buffalo Cinema colorway, and I love it. Ben, he's been my friend for many years. He's into like horror films and classic horror and retro, and like this yarn is just like perfect for him. And so this is just a Luxe beanie, my basic beanies that I make in like an extra large because all cute people have big heads, don't you know? My head's like 4 inches bigger than most normal heads. I know that from making hats. So, and I really want to get some more of that yarn and experiment with the yarn pulling. I'm using a 4.5 millimeter needle to get that effect. And I'm wondering if I size down if I'd have even more pulling. I'm not really sure. But I want to get more of that yarn also because it's supposed to be anti-pilling, anti whatever. And it seems like it's a really good quality yarn. I washed a swatch of it and it washed up really well. The next finished object that I have I made socks for both of my girls for Christmas, and they are out of town on holiday in California, so they have not received these yet. So I have them to show you. Just basic socks. And I really like the way the yarn worked up. It's yarn from Etsy, yarn by Lisa Loving. I think it's yarn by Lisa Loving Yarn Lady or something like that. But hand dyed and really beautiful. For both of my daughters for Christmas. So I made those. I also made for my friend Jen some Beetlejuice socks. These are also from the sock yarns from Etsy. There's a small mistake in these, but I mean, whatever. Jen is an artist, so she understands. Sometimes I say, I have a disclaimer on my Etsy that, you know, art, all of my art has the unique handprint of the human hand, right? Nothing is ever really perfect, and I let go of perfection. There's some cat hair. I let go of perfection in crafts many, many years ago, luckily, because it used to drive me mad. I used to be someone that would rip things out over and over and over again, and I still do. Like, I'm getting ready to show you a project that took me 3 different attempts, and I'm really glad that I kept reworking it because it ended up so cute. But I think there's a time and a place for perfection, and with fiber arts, it's not constant. You don't need to constantly be perfect. Yarn is very malleable. See my cup? This is a cup from my friend Ben. It says murder shows and comfy clothes. He's always getting me funny stuff like that. And this kind of, the color kind of reminds me of that hat actually, so perfect. Okay, the next finished object I have is a series of 2. I made 2 like adolescent junior size 10-ish 9.5, 10 tunic tees. And check out this yarn. This is the Mandala Sparkle yarn. It looks so pretty. With like a mystery acrylic from my stash. A mystery white acrylic. And it looks so nice. I love it. And I made this. This will probably go to market with me in March if you're interested in it. I might also list it online. But I made this like as a prototype. I wanted to offer both cool colors and warm colors. And I was experimenting with both cool colors and warm colors. So these were all from stash. This is all leftover. Like, I used the yarn in a hat and a scarf, and I had leftover because I love this yarn so much. So then the warm version of this t-shirt is a gift for my friend's child. And here's how her version came out. It's like a youth. Check out these stripes, how cute they turned out. So this is Karen Simply Soft in, I think, the color pomegranate or possibly cranberry. I'm not certain. I can never remember. This is left over from a sweater I made. And I've been wanting to do something with this yarn for a while because I really like this yarn. It's a very sturdy yarn. It's machine washable. It's great for children's clothes and clothes for me because I kind of put my clothes through it. This dress, the Grannies on Fire dress that I'm wearing, is made from Red Heart Super Saver. I know, right? I know. But I love it. You can't take my Red Heart Super Saver away from me. So And this was just some like mystery yarn that a friend sent me, and I made the stripes, and I love, 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 love how this turned out. So this will be going in the mail to Oregon to my friend Jen. She's an artist, Transcendental Coils. She does wire wrapping. So if you're into wire wrapping, check her out. She also does, she has made me stitch markers before. So if you're looking for some really cool stitch markers, check out my friend Jen. The next thing I made, and I've actually made two of these, but one of these is in my car. I made these little bear hoods for my girls. Super cute. Yee. Also put my tag on it. If you are a fiber artist and you're looking for simple ways to elevate your goods, get some quality tags. I swear I get more compliments on my tags than I do my knitting sometimes. I found mine on Etsy. I will put where I get my tags linked below. They're awesome. I think they're handmade in Brooklyn, and I'm really satisfied with the quality. They last. It's very important for me that my products last, right? I want them to be extremely durable. This is the Hobie Bear crocheted hood. It's a free pattern that I'll link below. Yay, Hobie. And it's made with the Fluffy Day Extra Large. This is just Fluffy Day, but I can show you the label because it's cute. And it's pretty similar. The Fluffy Day Extra Large is just the bulky version of Fluffy Day. So, bulky, not bulky. I accidentally ordered a bunch of extra in the non-extra large because that's what I do. And so I'm planning on making more kids t-shirts with it because it's a super soft yarn. It seems extremely durable. This is my first time working with it, but I'm really impressed so far. I just love Hobie. So this hood ended up super cute. Check it out if you want to make one. I have made 3 now. One for myself, one for one of my daughters, and then I have the other one for my daughter to make. Super cute. Now I would like to talk about my works in progress. And one of them is not physically here with me because I'm afraid to move it because it is color work and I have ADHD and I'm not on my medication right now. And that is just a recipe for a disaster, trust me. So it is living in a spot on the couch. I like walk up to it as I'm going to work on it very carefully, sit down, make sure nothing is knotted, and like we go from there. But the project is the Alien Illusion Scarf from Stitch and Bitch, the Knitter's Handbook. Are y'all familiar with this book? This is the book that I learned to knit from. I got this as a present in like, it must have been my sophomore year of high school or something. I'm 38 now, so you do the math. But I got this as a present with 2 knitting needles. I think I still have the needles and some acrylic yarn, and a knitter was born. And I'd been crocheting for a while, but knitting really set things off for me. I've been working on these projects for a while. My idea is to make every single project in this book because I really wanted to when I first got the book, and I tried, but I didn't have the technical knitting skills because I was brand new to it, right? So I've been knitting for like years now, 20 some years now, and I think I have all the skills to do all of the stuff in this book. So I'm starting again. I already made the headscarf. If you've seen it, it's super cute. I made it in pink, of course. And now I'm starting on the Alien Illusion scarf. This is a scarf that I have made before, many, 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 many years ago. But of course, when I made it, I didn't really understand tension, and I had really kind of off tension, and it turned out a little weird, and I gifted it to a friend, a very polite friend. So I'm remaking the Alien Illusion scarf, and the illusion knitting, I'm just gonna read what this says in the book. This is by Sheetha Nolke. That's the designer, and I'll put her name on the bottom. Let's see. Okay. I'm just going to read about how illusion knitting works from the book. So the illusion is the result of two things: knitting texture and positive negative space images. The texture is created by combining knit, so flat, with purl, so raised stitches. In order to create the texture, it's necessary to knit at a fairly tight gauge, but not so tight as to affect the drape of the fabric. Learn that one. Illusion motifs are done with two colors: the positive image, so pink in my case, I'm making it pink and black, and the negative image, or black, the background color. The image is then created in slices, and each slice consists of 4 rows, 2 knit in the negative color and 2 in the positive color. Within these rows, the stitches that make up the image are made with purl stitches. So when the scarf is viewed from an angle, only the raised stitches are seen and the image emerges. It is spooky. I tell you, never has a knitting needle felt as much like a magic wand as when you're doing illusion knitting and you're doing it well. I love watching this pattern form. It's super cool. Here's what the chart looks like. It can be a little bit intimidating, but row counters are your friend, and counting is your friend, and paying attention is your friend. This is not TV knitting for me. It might be for some people, but like I said, I have ADHD, so I have to pay a little bit more attention to color charts. I'm really happy with the way this is turning out so far. For any of my projects like this whole project, doing all the Stitch and Bitch projects will be on my TikTok. So follow me if you want to see like more frequent updates. I've been working on a giant blanket for a friend for a couple of weeks now, and I'm almost done. So that is a work in progress. I'm not going to bring it out because it's stuffed in a bag beautifully right now, and I'm not great with my different balls of yarn and it gets all tangly. So just know that I'm working on a giant blanket. It should be finished soon. Yeah. This thing I'm calling a vest with sleeves. You may remember this from a prior episode. I made the sleeve gigantic, like a gigantic wing, and had to rip it all out. So this is a second sleeve. This is the redo. I like it. I don't know. My whole reason for making this, I wanted to make a garment that I could bring to market that wasn't as time intensive as a cardigan. And of course, this is just the way designing goes. It's a little bit time intensive. But so far, this has been more time intensive than a cardigan, and it's taken about as much yarn. So I'm not really I am figuring out a different way to make cardigans. So I don't think this is a total loss, but I'm not stoked on it. And honestly, I'm going to have to force myself to finish the second sleeve because I just want to see what it looks like on when both sleeves are done, you know? But she's cute. She's cute. I don't mean to talk down, you know. She's cute. She's cute. Can you see the vision? I don't know. I can. I'm using Big Twist in Jade Green for the sleeves. I ran out and I had to order more. You know, and I'm still working on my Halloween socks. I'm pretty close now. I'm just knitting now, I believe. I think I'm done with the decreases and I'm just knitting. So those should be finished anytime now. I'm not giving up on them. I'm still including them, even though it's been over a year that I've been working on them. I still want to finish them and I still intend to finish them. They're still an active work in progress. I am constantly working on Luxe beanies. Luxe beanies are the beanies that I have, the current beanies that I'm obsessed with, that I have designed, that I feel are the best fit for myself and my friends. Like, it's the best feedback I've gotten about a beanie. Like I said, I've been crocheting for like 25 years, and yeah, that didn't sound right at first, but no, that's true. That's true. Um, I have been designing hats like most of that time. And so I've had a lot of different designs of hats that I've been comfortable selling. One of my favorites was a skull blanket, and I called it that because it was like super soft and squishy and big. And I liked the like oversized hats for a while, but then they started giving me headaches. So like I don't know if that's just a getting older thing or just a me thing, but now my hats are like the weight is more evenly distributed than just all in the top of the head, and that's because I use a knit one purl one rib, which is really tedious, but I just feel like it looks the best and it like stretches the best and it gives the best longevity for beanies. So that is what I do. But I'm experimenting with a lighter fiber content for making the Luxe beanies because spring will be here before you know it, and I think it's still nice to have like lighter weight beanies. And so this is like a cotton bamboo blend. Check it out. I really like what the colors are doing. It's like a nice marled effect. Yeah, so this will be a beanie, and I like a long brim. Like, I have to make my beanies the most tedious way possible, so you know me, this will probably be the brim. So I still have a long ways to go. I hope I don't end up playing yarn chicken. I don't know. Sometimes with the experience between going back and forth between knitting and crocheting, like crocheting takes so much more yarn than knitting that I get bad at estimating which one is which when I switch back and forth. Like I tend to just overbuy yarn. And so like what I'm finding right now, I'm trying to go through my stash, and I'm finding that like I can do a lot of stripes, but I can't do a lot of solid colored garments. And that's kind of frustrating. Like I would just like to work through my stash and then get to a point where I could buy yarn for projects as they come to me, because I'm really feeling inspired by like, I don't know if you've noticed, but like most of the stuff I'm making is green right now, and I don't know why that is. I'm just really drawn towards it, but I've been making a lot of green like beanies and hats. And yeah, legitimately forgot where I was going with that. I've been making a lot of beanies and hats. Oh, I've been making a lot of things in green. And I imagine if I was working with like yarn that I was picking out instead of just yarn and stash, that I would have a bigger variety of color. Is all. That's all. That's all I'm saying. The next project I'm working on, also green. This is with Istaco Happy Wool. And it looks like that. Yeah. And I'm experimenting with making mesh garments. Again, I'm doing another market for sure in March. I would like to find another market to do for Valentine's Day, but I'm not really sure what's available. And the markets that I've seen so far are like a little too intimidating for me. I'm a small business after all. So, yeah, I'm just experimenting with mesh shirt. I'm not really sure where she's going right now, but this is the neck hole. Um, yeah, just experimenting, playing around with mesh and my 4.5 millimeter hook. I got this art kit, literally this art bin, when I was 12 from my grandmother. She was a very crafty lady. I remember her always making different crafts with us, paper mache, like really involved crafts with us. She was wonderful, and she's part of the reason I'm so crafty. She's part of the reason I have Canary Knits. She's part of the reason I do most of the things that I do. She's like a huge inspiration for me. So I've been missing her, and I've been thinking a lot about her. So kind of in her honor and her memory, I'm going to clean out my art bin. Now this thing has not really been completely cleaned out since the 2000s. So it's just been stuff stacked in here. And I love this art bin. It's still wonderful. The zipper still works on it. I'm just going to take some time a little bit later and clean out my art bin. And I'd like you to join me. I love the way this looks. I love how used this is. I really do. I've had this since I was 12. And it's held up pretty well, given the fact that I've used and abused it. And I don't think they really make them like this anymore. So let's see what's in here. Oh my, okay. We start. These came in here. Look how old. Note the points for your sewing use. These needles came in here. I found them at a thrift store, and I had to have them because I love old needles. I love old packaging. I don't know where the other ones are. They're somewhere. Everything in here has a mate somewhere. I just don't know where. Stitch markers. Know what I was using these needles for. Super long double pointed needles, because I wasn't making sweaters. Most likely I was confused about what size needle I needed. Oh no. Oh. Oh, we have 5.
What was I even using these for, I wonder? I love well-used knitting needles. Looks like it got ink on it.